Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. With the release of inZOI coming tomorrow, I want to go over some key information that you should know about the game before you spend your $40. Now, let's be perfectly honest here, there is one element that you absolutely need to be aware about, and that's whether or not you can run this damn game, because it's going to be an incredibly intensive game. Thankfully, we have some details on specific requirements and even more insight because inZOI and the team have put out the inZOI Smart Zoi hardware requirements. We will break down every single tier. We've got 4 tiers to go over, and they've actually updated it a little bit, so we'll go over that whole statement. The game will be $40 in early access. We'll go over the early access details as well, but it will be $40 in early access, and it will be going up in price after early access. If you buy it in early access, obviously the updates that are going to be dropping throughout early access, you will get them for free. Like, not really for free, because you're paying for a game that isn't finished yet, and obviously the content coming to the game, given you've already paid for it, you'll get that as the updates do roll out. After the early access period, just like every other early access game, it will go up in price, I would imagine, to $49.99, maybe even $59.99. We'll see. I won't really break down all of the content availability and everything like that, just some of the key information that you should know. Also, before we get into the system requirements, be mindful of the fact that if you are weary about this game running on your PC, Steam has a refund policy, so if you buy the game and you clock in less than 2 hours of game time within a 2-week window of you buying the game, you can ask for a refund. So if you play the game, say you play 30 minutes of it and realize you're getting 6 frames per second and it's not running well on your PC, you can refund the game. They'll give you your money back, no questions asked, really. They just ask you, like, why you're refunding, and it's an automated process. It's super simple, so just take advantage of that. With that being said, let's go over the system requirements, because this is one of the key aspects that we need to break down. Along with the inZOI system requirements, we do have the system requirements for Smart Zoi, the AI technology implemented in the game if you want to utilize that, so we'll go over that as well. That's got 4 tiers of system requirements. The base game, we've got the minimum and recommended requirements. So the base game, just playing the game, minimum requirements are an Intel Core i5-10400 or better, AMD Ryzen 5 3600, 12 gigabytes of RAM, an RTX 2060, or a Radeon RX 5600 XT. You should have an SSD. They note 40 gigabytes minimum for storage. Recommended requirements: an Intel Core i7-12700K, Ryzen 7 7800 X3D or better, 16 gigs of RAM, and then an RTX 3070 or an RX 6800 XT. Yes, this is a beefy game to run, and if you're looking to play it at 4K maxed out, like, buckle up, because it's gonna put your PC through the ringer. On top of that, it's an early access game, so do not expect performance issues, bugs, to be completely ironed out. That's just not gonna be the case, and you have to go with that expectation in mind. Now, moving on to Smart Zoi, the AI technology. We're excited to introduce Smart Zoi, an experimental feature that makes Zois more autonomous and intelligent, powered by enhanced AI. This feature allows Zois to interact with the world with personality and realism, allowing you to explore and experience simulations of unprecedented quality. The Smart Zoi feature is still in development, and we plan on further expanding its capabilities. If you're interested in among being the first to experience this groundbreaking feature, please refer to the guide below. You need to have a top-level PC to utilize it. Smart Zoi hardware requirements: minimum i5-10400, Ryzen 5 3600, 12 gigs of RAM, and RTX 3060. That's for minimum requirement of utilizing this feature. Medium, you're looking at an i7-11700 and Ryzen 7 5800X, 16 gigs of RAM, and then an RTX 4060. Recommended, you're looking at an i7-12700K, a Ryzen 7 7800 X3D, 16 gigs of RAM, and RTX 5070 or 4070 Super. Then for high, you're looking at an i7-14700K, Ryzen 7 9800 X3D, 32 gigs of RAM, and an RTX 5070 Ti or a 4080 Super. All of that for the Smart Zoi. To enable Smart Zoi, to help players eager to try out Smart Zoi firsthand, we've prepared a detailed guide with instructions on how to enable it. Game options, gameplay, you can enable Smart Zoi on and off. There are some issues that they do note And this is still very much a feature in development, so keep all of that in mind. On top of all of that, they do note that we are also actively exploring ways to lower the minimum system requirements while maintaining a stable gameplay experience. Please note that Smart Zoi is still an experimental feature with high system requirements. As such, we recommend carefully checking your system specifications to ensure the best possible experience. We will continue to optimize and improve upon this feature to help more players experience its full potential. So, if you want to utilize Smart Zoi, again, just make sure your PC is up to par. This is one of the key elements of inZOI and makes it totally at the opposite side of the spectrum from Sims. Sims being this accessible game that a toaster could play. inZOI, because of it pushing the boundaries at a technical level, it's going... You could argue off the deep end with the system requirements. I mean, most of you guys watching my channel probably have a 2060 or something at that level, but I know that this game is going to attract a wide audience and more of a casual consumer as well. And at that point, yeah, not all of those people are going to have a 2060 at a minimum level as well. Lastly, I do want to go over all of the notes they made about this early access release. Keep in mind, with this game being an early access, it is going to be very rough around the edges. It's just the reality. These games, all that come out in early access, they kind of launch at different states, as far as some of them work really well out of the gate, some of them not as well, and it's a work in progress, so just keep that in mind. Even if you have a good PC, there are probably going to be performance issues, bugs, crashes, things of that nature, and with how big of a game it is, again, all of that should be expected. Just go into it knowing that. Why early access? As this is our first ever life simulation game, we wanted to create an experience that meets the expectations of players who have enjoyed this genre for many years. With very few direct templates for this type of game in our industry, we believe launching inZOI in early access will allow players to experience the game early and provide valuable feedback to help us guide our development. This collaborative process enables us not only to refine our game, but also to prioritize the features that resonate most with our community. The life simulation genre presents a unique challenge, capturing the depth and complexity of a life in a video game. We view our development as not a sprint, but more like a marathon, which requires time to build different features that'll make inZOI feel increasingly lifelike. Prioritizing which features to develop first is critical, and we believe open communication with players is the best way to achieve this. This approach embodies the essence of early access and will be vital in helping us create the best possible version of inZOI. How long will the game be in early access? They do note that we plan to improve the game throughout early access for at least a year. However, as we communicate with players and gather feedback on the game's direction, the roadmap may change. How's the full version planned to differ from the early access version? As we rapidly implement player feedback, the early access build may be unstable and undergo significant changes. In contrast, we expect the official release to be more stable with a structured update plan. It'll likely also feature new cities, expanded customization options, and additional gameplay content. The current version of the game, that being the one that is releasing on March 27th, includes most of the game's foundational systems, such as our base simulation and visual elements, especially character customization and create a Zoi. However, ongoing additions mean optimization, game depth, and interaction systems will have room for improvement. We also plan to enhance driving mechanics and the dynamic event system. In the current early access build, you can explore 2 cities as well as our independent character and build studios, take on active jobs, build relationships, and use our wide variety of creative tools. Please see the About This section for more details on available gameplay. The game is set to be sold at a discount price during early access, so it'll be $40 during early access, probably will go up to $50 or $60. And then as far as involving the community, they do note that they plan to consistently communicate with our players through Discord and other social media platforms. Player feedback will play a central role in shaping inZOI's development as we actively listen to suggestions and integrate them into the game. To ensure greater transparency, we will also share a development roadmap outlining upcoming features and improvements, providing the community with a clear view of what's to head. So all of that is their early access roundup. I would highly recommend you to take advantage of the inZOI Creative Studio that is available to download for free for everyone. We'll give you a little bit of an insight on the customizability aspects of the game, and that's one of the key elements of it. This is going to be a major release. Ultimately, the longevity of this game comes down to the quality level, but I do feel right out the gate, I mean, it's the most wish-listed game on Steam. It's going to have so much interest come March the 27th tomorrow. And it's easily going to be the top-selling game on Steam once it's unleashed to the masses, so to speak. But Yeah, gonna be a major game. As far as release timing, I believe it's actually later in the day tomorrow. I think it's 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern time, so keep that in mind. It won't be right early in the morning or anything like that. But there's gonna be a major release, a lot of customizability, and a lot of interest gonna be had with inZOI as it is dropping tomorrow. But some of the key information that you should know about the game before spending $40, that is gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, sound off there and be prepared and make sure your PC can run the game. But if not, you can try out the game, see how it runs, and then refund it if you clock in less than 2 hours. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.